Welcome to day number 2. Today we're all about fabric care, clever tools, and a little sparkle for fun. I can't wait to show you the newest book from Fabric Cafe. That is the company that brought you 3-yard quilts, and now they're doing 5-yard quilts, and this is Step It Up with 5-yard quilts. Just like the 3-yard quilt books, they use the same formula for every pattern. You'll find the black and white diagrams, the fabric chart, as well as their cutting instructions. And it's always laid out the same. So once you learn to do one, you can do them all. Now, of course, these are 5-yard quilts. And what does that mean? Well, you need 5 1-yard cuts of fabric to make these quilts. And they make a twin size. All the patterns include instructions to make it queen or king size as well. You might think that it's going to be difficult choosing fabric for a 5-yard quilt as opposed to a 3-yard quilt, but it's really not. They give you great information on how to do it. And they've added something new, which is a great feature. You will find in a pattern, if you are able to use directional fabric, it lists the pattern as directionally friendly. This one does not say directionally friendly, so you would not use a directional fabric. The patterns also tell you the quilting level, the experience you need to have to make each of the patterns, so that's really helpful. We always go to the schoolhouse demo with Donna and Fran. It's mother-daughter, and they're always so uplifting. And then when you go to the booth to chat with them, they are always so gracious and so kind. We're really excited about 5-yard quilts, and if you're interested in 5-yard quilts, Step It Up is a great place to start. Here's one of my favorite products in the whole world. It saved my bacon. I was long arming a quilt with a white background and got the white quilt caught in the rollers of the machine, and my white background was covered with black grease. And Grandma's Secret Spot Remover removed all the grease from that white background. You would never know it. So this is a spot treatment. When you have a stain, you put Grandma's Secret Spot Remover on it, you let it sit, and then you rinse it out. If that doesn't take it out, you do it again. And Grandma's Secret Spot Remover will remove your stains. It removes tons of stuff. Let me show you the sample I did when I tested Grandma's Secret Spot Remover. So these two look the same in the beginning. Sharpie blue ink, Micron Pigma pen, vegetable oil mascara, lipstick, ketchup, mustard, salsa, wine, and coffee. So I stained them both, and then I treated it, and then I put it in the washing machine and washed it off. So the blue ink is gone. I don't remember what was here. I can't even see, and I don't remember what that is, but it's gone. The Micron Pigma pen is faded, and it really shouldn't go anywhere. It's supposed to be a permanent pen. And then all of the other stains are completely gone. Now this works on fresh stains and old stains. It is amazing. And then they developed Grandma's Secret Laundry Spray, which is the unconcentrated version of this. So I use this on my husband's dress shirts. I spray the collars. On his lab coat, I spray the cuffs and the pockets wherever he hits the counter on his jacket. And if I spilled tomato sauce on my placemats or something, I would use the laundry spray because it's a fresh stain and it just comes out in the laundry. Here are 2 favorites from Lori's Country Cottage: Grandma's Secret Spot Remover and Grandma's Secret Laundry Spray. It's time to stock up on your fabric treatments. First up is Best Press. So Best Press is a light starch and a sizing alternative. It leaves your fabric nice and crisp without making it stiff, and it'll remove and prevent wrinkles. You get no flaking, no clogging, no white residue, and it'll help your fabric be stain resistant. When we were at Quilt Market, The Best Press booth was so much fun for Linda and I. It was like a perfume sniffing station. They had all these different scents to try, and we picked out 2 fresh scents for you. Here are your choices for today. You can get the unscented in the largest bottle, unscented in the 999 milliliter bottle, or you can try the 2 new scents that Linda and I chose at Quilt Market, lemon and linen. Both of them are a light scent, nothing to slap you across the face. They're nice and light. And remember, if you want it to be less scented, you can always mix it with the unscented half and half. So try out a new scent today or stick with our most popular unscented, and you'll want to get the misting bottle for a nice even spray for your Best Press. It has pressure behind it and you have way more control and a lighter mist than if you use the pump that comes with it. Time to stock up on your Best Press. Here's an essential for every sewing room: the Acorn Easy Press fabric treatment. So this is not a starch or a sizing agent, it's a fabric treatment. Here's what it does. It helps to resist fraying when you treat your fabric with it. It will take out wrinkles and help your fabric to remain wrinkle-free. It resists staining, and also it will pre-shrink your fabric. I use both Best Press and Acorn Easy Press fabric solution, and sometimes I have a hard time explaining where I use them differently. You can see over my shoulder my 3 spray bottles. One is Acorn, one is Best Press, and one is water. I use Best Press when I've washed my fabric and I just want it to be nice and crisp. I'm going to fold it and put it away. I use Acorn whenever I'm going to do any curved piecing, cutting on the bias, any fine piecing, and especially if I have a piece of fabric that tends to fray. But my favorite use for Acorn Easy Press fabric solution is removing wrinkles. So when I was preparing for an earlier demo, I had a piece of batik that had been folded on the bolt with a huge crease in it. And I took my Best Press and I sprayed the whole fabric, and it took out all the wrinkles except for that crease. There was no way it was going away. I took my Acorn Easy Press solution, I sprayed just up the seam, let it sit for a second, and I pressed it right out. It will remove permanent creases like the fold in your fabric every time. Acorn Easy Press fabric solution is unscented, completely unscented, and we have it available for you in 3 different ways today. We've got a combo unit of the big jug with its own sprayer. They come together. Then we have a 16-ounce bottle, which I don't have with me today. And if you're interested in that, you'll want a misting bottle. So the misting bottle gives you a nice, fine, even spray that you can control. And then we have the Easy Press pen. So you put the solution inside the pen. It's got a felted nib, and where I use this a lot is I've already pressed this seam, but I would put my fabric solution on here and press it again. It's got a fiber relaxer in it, so it'll relax those fibers, and I get even a flatter, crisper seam. So if you have a block where all your points meet in the middle and you use Acorn Easy Press fabric solution, it will help to flatten those seams. I also use it when I have inadvertent puckers on a project, like when I'm thread painting or when I've quilted but I haven't quite stabilized it enough and you get wrinkles around your stitching. Acorn Easy Press fabric solution will help remove those wrinkles. I use both Best Press and Acorn Easy Press fabric solution, but this is my favorite. So we have it available in the combo, in the 16-ounce bottle, and in the Easy Press pen. I want to show you something new from C&T Publishing, but before I do that, I kind of have to show you something old. You'll notice the Quilt Builder card decks. I've showed you those before, and last year we showed you the Quilt Builder card deck for Christmas, and this year they've come out with something new. It's Christmas applique, and it's so neat, but if you don't understand how the cards work, it won't make any sense to you. So let's start with the first 3 sets. Set 1 and set 2, all of the sets have 40 blocks. They all include layouts, instructions, and I'll show you that with the Christmas card deck in a second. But just to tell you how they're different, the first 2 are all blocks based on squares, and they all fit together. Then they added box number 3, which are based on triangles. So you have half square triangles and whatnot in there, and different size grids. So that's how they are the same yet different. And then they came out with the Christmas set last year. So I'll show you what that looks like. These boxes will all contain the same kind of information. So you get tips and tricks on mixing blocks and how to piece blocks together. You get great layout ideas and quick project ideas. There are different layouts and lots of them. And then here's what the blocks look like. So each of the blocks in these 4 boxes are done in grayscale. And each of them is a complete pattern. So you get just the grid, then you get a grayscale, then you get a diagram of the order that they're put together, and it labels the pieces. And then they give you a colored example so that you can play around and have an idea about color. Each of the 40 blocks will have a chart like this. It's available in 5 sizes. So you know piece A, which is here, you need to cut 2. You're going to have to subcut it to triangles, and this is the size you need to cut depending on the size of block that you're going to use. And all of the blocks have that complete set of instructions. So that's the Christmas set. It's got great blocks, seasonal blocks, and they're so much fun. That's a Christmas ball, angels. They're so much fun to put together, and you can build the blocks in 5 different sizes and make yourself a Christmas quilt. So that's the Christmas block set that we showed you last year. I just love it. As you know, I'm not much of a Christmas person. I'm more of a Halloween person, but I love this block set. And here's what they came out with this year. An applique Christmas set, and this is different in several ways. You do still get how to do it, how to combine them, how to enlarge. You're going to get instructions on doing templates and enlarging each design, how to prepare the background. But the big difference is that these blocks are all colored. And then these are some layout examples. This one's really neat. These house blocks are all included in the set, and it shows you how to make them into a quilt or a table runner. And so here's what the cards look like. They are fully colored, so all of them are colored. You have so many different fun optional things. Like, it's endless what you could do with all of these. There are some of those house blocks. Then on the back of the card, you're going to get the grayscale or black and white layout picture for the block that includes the numbered pieces for each of the pieces. Now you're probably thinking, that's only 4 inches square, Lisa. That does me nothing. No, you're right. That wouldn't do you much, but you have tons of options. They give you a card which explains how to enlarge each of the blocks. You can enlarge to fit all of these sizes. So you get every block in all of those sizes. Now there are two ways to do it, and I've tried them both out. There is a QR code that you can scan with your phone, takes you to a website where you get all of the patterns, and then you can print off whatever you like. They all print in the 8-inch size, and then they give you instructions on how to make them smaller and how to make them bigger. But I said QR code, and if that freaks you out, don't you worry. They gave you a plain old website that you can go to get all of the patterns. Now, if you have a photocopier that does enlarging, it tells you how to do it. Otherwise, you simply save your design to a USB stick and you go to some place that has a large photocopier, like Staples or printing places, and they'd be happy to enlarge it for you. Now, these patterns all work for raw edge applique. You can do needle turn applique. You can do whatever you like. And I love that you can mix and match all the different patterns. You can put Santa with a reindeer and then put a really cool star up in the corner. So this is the Quilt Builder card deck applique Christmas, and we're letting you have a second chance at the Christmas deck and decks 1, 2, and 3 as well. Here's another useful notion from the Gypsy Quilter. These are dryer balls. So you get a 4-pack of dryer balls. They're 100% felted wool, and you use them in your dryer instead of using scented dryer sheets. So why would you use wool balls? Well, it reduces the drying time, therefore conserving energy, and you have no scent and no chemicals. Now, if you like a little bit of scent in the last 5 minutes of the cycle of your dryer, you can add a couple drops of an essential oil and it will lightly scent your clothes. I've been using dryer balls for so many years, I don't know how old these are. I'm thinking 5 or 6, maybe even 7 years old. These are my original drying balls. And so just to prove that they're not pretty, but they last forever. I love my dryer balls. I only use dryer sheets in my towel load because I like my towels to have a bit of a scent. I will say that if you dry your clothes completely dry in the dryer, you'll have some static if you're not using a dryer sheet. But I love my dryer balls. They're great for people with allergies, especially allergies to scents. But I do find that it does shorten the time of my dryer loads, and I love them. This is a 4-pack of 100% wool dryer balls from the Gypsy Quilter. Here's a handy little tool we picked up at Quilt Market. It's the sparkle knob. It is a well-weighted crystal ball with a little suction cup to help you move smaller rulers and templates around. Now, this is not a ruler handle, so you're not going to use it as a handle as you cut. I suppose you could on smaller templates, but that's not its purpose. If you look at my Dresden template, if I was using this to cut, normally I would have a strip and I would cut, flip my ruler, cut, flip my ruler, cut, and it's hard to get my fingers underneath the ruler and flip it around like that. So the little sparkle knob is used to help you turn your template. So I can turn my template, make my cut, turn my template, make my cut. I also pulled out my folded corner ruler because that's a nice small ruler, and you can just see it just sticks on, and it's just to help you get a hold of those small templates and rulers. To take it off, there's a little plastic tab here, or rubber tab, and you just kind of pop that off. I used it the other day with my Hexamajig ruler, and it worked fabulous. After a while, it did get quite dusty. I just wiped it off, and then it worked great. So this is the sparkle knob, and it'll help you move your little rulers and templates around on your fabric. Keep your projects looking their best with Grandma's Secret Spot Remover and Laundry Spray. True lifesavers for any quilter or sewist. And take your fabric prep to the next level with Best Press and Acorn Easy Press fabric treatment for crisp, clean, beautifully behaved fabric. Do you need inspiration? Enjoy endless creative possibilities with the Quilt Builder card decks. They're perfect for sparking new ideas and mixing up your blocks. And the Fabric Cafe 5-yard quilt book is amazing. And because we all deserve a little bling in the sewing room, add some shine with the sparkle knob for your small rulers and templates. Go ahead and put stuff in your cart and go through the checkout process to reserve those items. Make sure to mark your order pickup so that we don't charge you shipping. And don't forget to download the free pattern step. I'll see you tomorrow for day number 3.